Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to SherryLord.com for more info. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Sherry Lord Live Show. We're so happy you're here watching us and following us, and we love you. And if you want to be on my show, go to www.sherrylord.com and email me why you feel you're a good fit to be on our show. And by the way, we have really good prices for placing ads that are paid. Go to www.sherrylord.com, and we have a very special guest, and we're very excited. We have Miss Kitty, and her topic is spiritual abundance. But I love Miss Kitty. I've been a guest at her store for a long time. She's a beautiful medium. And welcome, Kitty. Thank you for being on our show.
Good morning, Sherry.
Yay!
Thank you so much. I know I drug my feet a little bit about this, but I'm really happy to be here. You know,
Happy to have you.
yeah, so I am Miss Kitty, and I'm a medium, a healer, a guide, a teacher, a channel, and co-owner of Spirit Speaks, beautiful
Mhm.
metaphysical shop down on Dearborn Street in Inglewood, in Florida. And yeah, we have a good time there. We do lots of different things. So, when I sat with this and what we needed to do, the guides brought in spiritual abundance.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what they're going to bring through because here we are. But
Yeah.
yeah,
How
yeah.
did you get on your path? I mean, what unfolded in your life? Can you give us some highlights that got you to where you are?
Um, well, I came in
Mhm.
different, like with an
Okay.
awareness of being different, and it took me many, many, many years to walk through the path of reconnecting with that because it wasn't supported where I came
Right.
from,
Yep.
which is very typical of
Yeah.
gifted souls. And so as we kind of anchored into that, I use my gift and just my everyday walking life to do what I
Okay.
do and help people. I became a Reiki master.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the healing that they bring through, that was kind of my intro and you into you are a healing medium. And it was like it
Okay.
awakened some other things that came through. So I do a lot of different energy work as you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And and it just kind of naturally flows. When we moved to Florida, my husband said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we should open a store." I said, "I don't want to do that. That sounds like work." He's like, "Well, you can do your stuff and blah, blah, blah."
Yep.
So there
Yep.
came forward Spirit Speaks, because that's what the guide said. I said, "Okay." When they speak, I listen. And so it allowed us to kind of create this beautiful space that has just evolved over the last 7 years we've been there
Wow.
into this beautiful, beautiful thing where we do a lot of different things. And my team, my guides are telling me there's a lot more coming in. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
exciting. Can you
Yeah.
give us some experiences that you may have had spiritually that kind of like visions or something that's happened?
Mm,
Anything in your life that's happened that you like to share with us?
mm. Well, one of the most profound ones
Mm.
was a dream that I had one
Wow.
night. And in the dream, I heard someone ask me, "What would you say if he asked you to marry him?" And I said, "I would say yes." And the very next morning, as I opened my eyes, my husband said, "What would you say if I asked you to marry me?" I said, "I would say yes." And our life just took off in magical ways. I am so grateful for his love and
Mm.
support. And yeah, it's amazing to be with the one you're supposed to be with. Yeah,
That's
truly amazing.
beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
I love the topic, spiritual abundance. And a lot of
Mhm.
people, they want to expand their abundance. They want to increase
Mhm.
their abundance. Is there any
Mhm.
tools or anything that the guides want to share? What do they want to talk about with the spiritual abundance?
Yes. So, one of the things that came through is spiritual abundance is really the gateway to everything we
Oh,
want,
yep,
we desire, we need, and it's the gateway to bring all of that forward to us. And spiritual abundance is really about finding that inner peace,
hmm,
right? That inner peace within that allows us to move with ease and grace, knowing that there is a divine order to everything and that there is an unfolding that needs to happen so that all the pieces can come together.
yes,
Um, so, yeah, so they were talking about all of the different things, and there's a whole list of, meditate and being
right.
gratitude and
Hmm,
abundance and
yep,
quiet time and connecting with nature and all of those things. But it's really about tapping into what brings joy in your heart, right? What
yep,
brings that joy? Because it's through that joyful presence that we allow the universe to get to work, to really create that flow that brings forward that peace, that attracts that abundance and what we desire into our life, that we can walk our path, yeah, peacefully, and that doesn't mean that we live in peace and serenity all the time. Like life
hmm,
happens and things show up, and as that happens, like it's important. I kind of coined like I call it the OK program. Like when stuff rises that kind of pushes me back a little, I'm like, okay, take a breath. Okay, how are we going to walk through that? Okay, what is its purpose? And I start this dialogue with the universe about help me understand, what do I need to do?
yeah.
How do I walk through this? And they've always provided exactly what was most helpful in those moments. And then I breathe and know that it's going to be okay. Yeah.
That's really beautiful because people, and I like the dialogue, because a lot of people just get it and then they kind of freeze. It's like they don't know, they can't move
Mhm.
sometimes, when something comes
Yes.
up and they don't know how to
Yes.
move forward in it. So I think the dialogue is really, really good.
Yeah, we like to talk about did you ask at Spirit Speaks because there'll be a whole lot of, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't. Did you ask? And
Oh,
when
I
we
like
say
that.
that,
Yeah. Did
well,
you
that
ask?
come from
Yeah.
that come from one of the beautiful elder teachers in my life, Star Weaver, who has done readings for us a lot as well. And she would always ask me, "Did you ask?" So, well, dang it, no, let me do that. And so it's really become my beautiful go-to, and I've passed that forward. We take those beautiful seeds that get planted in our hearts and we
Yeah.
share them out. And that's how we create that beautiful high vibrational ripple effect that is really going to help to transform humanity and the world in which we live. Yeah.
That's true. And a lot of people, it's what else can they share about, abundance comes in so many different ways. It's financial, it's friendships, it comes many different ways. Okay.
Hmm.
We're getting abundant in many different levels of our life,
Hmm.
abundance of wonderful friends, abundance of, money, or abundance of prosperity, or abundance of whatever. Um,
Hmm.
my question is, I guess what I'm trying to get at is, what can people do? Do they have to have like a clear intent, or write things down? What helps them? They want to start creating because they're changing and they're awakening. They go, oh, I didn't know, I was just consciously just going wherever with it. Now I can intend things. I can be
Hmm.
specific in certain things, even though other things are being created.
Hmm.
What do you say about, what do people do? What are some of the tools that they can use to empower them to create more effortlessly, more smoothly, or be in control of their life, of what they are creating. I think that's what I was getting at.
Very good. So, so what I like to say is that I start with the spiritual abundance, and I'm going to go
Okay.
back to the guide said this is the gateway to everything
Yes.
we want, need, or desire. And as we come to that place of inner peace and the
Right.
trusting of the universe and knowing that all is well, no matter how it might look or how we might be
Right.
experiencing it, like it's going to be okay. And as we, for myself, as we've stepped into that alignment, like everything I've held in my heart or in my mind
Right.
that I would like to come in
Right.
shows up, shows up. I personally, and I know that there are a lot of people who have a multitude of practices, from journaling it out,
Right.
writing goals, vision boards, rituals,
Right.
manifestation, you know, writing and burning and candles and all of that. That really hasn't been my path. My
Yeah.
path has really just been very, very simple
Yep.
and holding in my heart what I
Right.
desire. But I will say to that, I've always aligned with this or something greater,
Oh, that's a
which,
good one. Yep.
yeah, which really kind of helps to clear the way. Because, you know, a long time ago, I heard this thing about be careful what you pray for, because you may have to pray for its removal. I didn't
Yeah.
want to do that. I said, well, wait a minute. Let me get smart about this, right?
Mhm.
And so I ask or pray, as some people may call it, you know, what I would desire, what I would like to have in my life, right? And
Mhm.
then I put, serves my highest good. This or something greater that connects with that energy. And so I know that as I've spoken that out into the universe, what I need exactly in the perfect timing is going to come in. And it always does. It
Yeah.
always does. It's like,
That it's a
yeah,
trust. Yeah, there's a level of
it is.
trust too, of trusting that
It
it's
is.
been given. And it's already because you've already asked for it, or
Yes.
that's what you want. And I
Right.
get that. It's about the trust. But a lot of people also need to learn to receive. They tend to
Ooh,
want
that's
it,
good.
but they're not receiving it. They're
Mhm.
blocking it unconsciously.
Yes. Yes.
And that I've seen.
Yes.
We all have had our own experiences and to shift when that happens. But it's
Yes.
receiving. So how can people receive better? I know being in your heart is it goes back to just being still and trusting. And when they get to where things aren't quite looking like what they want, what can they do to shift it? Even though they set that intent and they're in
Mhm.
their heart, they go just ask what this is about and then go back
Mhm.
in because they got a lot of different beliefs.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. I understand. It's like we want these things and we walk through the process of manifesting it and calling it in, but it's not really landing. And that's
Yeah.
because there's no space for it. And there's
Yeah.
no space for it because we're carrying things that no longer serve us. Because in
Right.
this abundant universe, like everything that we desire can come, but we
Right.
have to create the space. And so that takes us into releasing what no longer serves us. And
Yeah.
that is a journey that takes some time and awareness through that spiritual abundance, which gets you connected and present to know how you're feeling and releasing what is not appropriate for you any longer, right? Like all
Right.
these things, like these feelings of being undeserving or unworthy or not good
Mhm.
enough. Or I know one of my things that I grew up with, for instance, was my mother used to say, money doesn't grow on trees. Actually, mom, it's printed on the paper from those trees. So, yeah. And
Mm.
you have to like be open to see and understand. And so again, that
Mhm.
goes back to the asking. Okay,
Right.
show me what it is that is preventing this from coming in. Help
Oh,
me
that's a good
understand
question for
this.
people to ask themselves. They need those tools. They don't know what to
Yes.
ask.
Yep. Just show me what it is. We've got to ask those questions, because
Right.
otherwise we're just kind of, I feel like sometimes I meander around this ping pong table, like trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And we need help. We need support, and they're there. There's this beautiful book that talked about, ask an unemployed angel for help. They're just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, wondering when we're going to ask. They're happy to help us. So ask the
Yes.
angels, ask your guides, show me, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? Help me understand. We're always asking the questions. And once we ask the question, we have to be open to how it shows up. It may show up in a way that, if we're not grounded and present, we miss it. We just think, oh shit, what's happening here? But it's really like, oh, this is my fear of lack.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah. The people,
Well,
they're dealing with, some people deal with that and they don't know how to come out of it. This is wonderful. Continue. This is really good. They're going to love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's about, really, really looking at what is showing up in your life from a perspective of
Yeah.
viewing, from an overview, from another level of seeing it without the
Right.
attachment, to detach
Right.
and to observe, so that you can understand the lesson, the gifts, and the clarity in all of that. And then you get to make the choices. And sometimes those choices are just as simple as, ah, I understand. Thank
Right.
you. I get the lesson. I thank you. I bless you. And from here you may go now. No longer needed. I understand. And simply intentionally thanking with gratitude and releasing clears the way, right?
Right. I think that's beautiful because people need to understand we all have beliefs, or we've been conditioned. We've been
Hmm.
conditioned until we awaken. I always say awaken, become aware of that's not
Hmm.
true. You know what I'm saying? Whatever words you want to use, you become aware that,
Right.
I believe that. So it was so embedded in them. Their belief was so embedded that being aware of it, they can change it, they can shift it. But I
Hmm.
like how you state to ask. Always go
Hmm.
back in and ask. That's a good one.
Hmm.
Have a
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. There we all have a team. Like, we are all here gifted. We all have abilities, and our job in this incarnation is to excavate into that, to come to understand what that is, how to tap into it, and what its purpose is. What are we here to do with it, right? And it's through the asking the questions and clearing the way and opening to the abundance that we get to find out what those gifts are, and skills and abilities that we're here to do and use. Yeah. There was another thought. I can't remember what it was. It just left me. It'll come back though. I know it happens. Ugh, it's the story of my life. But yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
I think
So,
it's good because people need the tools. They need to understand that, it's within them. Everything is
mm,
within them. It's
mhm,
okay to see what they're creating out here, but to go inward to get the clarity of what is before them is very, very important. And to trust what they get. Trusting is very important.
right. That's what it was about paying attention to the signs. Like,
Yes.
we have to know, like, spirit speaks to us or communicates to us in a multitude of ways, right? It's not just like, oh, he's talking in my ear, or oh, I've got this visual, right? Like, spirit shows up in so many ways, and it may be very different to each of us in our experience of that,
Right.
and we have to be open and asking for clarity. Help me see. Help me know when I get that, right? And they will, right? It might just be a gentle breeze or a tone in the ear, or like, I used to get like this kind of creepy thingy. It like kind of felt like, ooh, something's going up back of my head. Like, what is going on here, right? And that was
Yeah.
just them connecting in, like letting me know they were here. So, but really, we're all tuned in. We just have to like connect into that and bring it forward, right? We all have the ability to get our own information, our own clarity. It doesn't mean we don't need help sometimes because we have these blind spots that we need to be able to get assistance from sometimes others, like Sherry, you've helped me and I know I've helped you.
You've
And
helped,
that's
yep,
kind
both
of
ways.
how,
Yep.
yeah, that's how that works. Like that we can hold the space and help each
Mhm.
other
Yeah,
find the things that we're blind to in the moment, right? Doesn't mean we
yep,
can't get it, but why struggle if we can support each other to move
exactly,
forward and to do what we
exactly.
want to do? Yeah, yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
that's really good. No, and I like the idea of that's a really good explanation to have a sign. People don't always ask for a sign or show me, give me a sign, and then they will know with no doubt, that that
Mm-hmm.
is what they are to do or what was coming to them, that was appropriate for
Right,
them. Yeah, I
right.
think that's a great one is ask for a sign.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, pay attention. Like
Yeah, pay
being
attention.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, being that presence to where you're not running around trying to do 30 things, like you're taking
Right.
time to be quiet. And that doesn't mean that 30 things don't need to be done sometimes, but
Yeah.
we get a plan and we walk through whatever that is and allow it to unfold. And if I make a list of 30 things I need to do, I might get to 4 or 5 of them and be
Yeah.
okay with that. Just be okay with that because peace of mind is more important than that list that I thought I needed to do. Because yeah, I'm really good at overscheduling myself, and you know the perfectionist in me and the overachiever in me like can create some chaos if I let it. I choose to not. I choose to be in peace today and to just be okay with however that unfolds. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's all
Yeah,
good.
that's really good. It's and people, we all get reminded to surrender and to
Hmm.
be in the moment. And that, it's I know that when I surrender, come in the moment, it's more
Hmm.
bigger or broader of possibilities. When you just it's be more than I could even imagine. And for everyone.
Yes.
And we got to be
Yeah.
reminded to surrender. We have life stuff going on. So sometimes
Hmm.
just take a few minutes and just go inward. Like you said, I like the idea, get back
Hmm.
into the peace where everything is okay.
Yeah.
It's a good message. It's a good tool,
Yeah.
reminder for a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah, it's worked well for me. It really has. And it's taken me years to excavate all of that, but I got there. you know, it takes what it takes,
The main
and
thing
we
is you
just have
get
to
it.
trust. Yeah, you get it and you just trust the process. And like, I really, eh, like, I'm peaceful 99.8% of the time. Like, it's very rare that I get off. And it's even in the last week, which has been very interesting with all of the energies, the galactic things that are happening and coming in.
Yeah,
Like there's been some, like awarenesses of my catching myself before I engage in some kind of a reaction or emotional upheaval that I'm like aware that I can shift it and see it
right.
and work with it differently and use it as a learning tool, an awareness teacher as opposed to blah, however that might come out.
Yeah, no,
Right?
I think it is. I think as we evolve, we become more aware.
Yeah.
We master. I don't think we master ourselves, nobody else. We just become
Right.
more aware on our own journey, and we're able to help others on their journey from our own wisdom
Hmm.
and knowledge and experiences that we have had and knowings that
Yeah.
come in. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely is right. So that kind of takes me to what we call wisdom share at Spirit Speaks. We
Hmm.
have this beautiful circle that we do
Yep.
on Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And, this was divinely orchestrated and literally I'd been nudged to do it.
Yep.
I've had several people walk in the door. And then you're like, you got to do it now. I'm like, okay. I was resistant, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, whatever, whatever, like, whatever.
So
But
we often get
if you,
overwhelmed with so much going on already in our lives, you know.
yeah, yeah. And so we did it. And it has
It's
evolved and
grown.
changed over time.
Yep.
It's grown, but really, it's a beautiful gathering. We meet at 6 o'clock for about an hour, and it's for light people who are on a spiritual path, or light
Yep.
workers, or finding their way, or wanting to understand on a deeper level, maybe their experiences they're having, or what's kind of going on in that realm, so to speak. And so
Right.
we come together. Our passion is really to normalize the conversation around spiritual experiences. And it has been such a
Ah,
blessing to watch these incredible souls who have come in and just had their cup filled up with the contribution of all. It's a very, I run the circle and the guides hold the room and
mhm.
guide the conversation, but it's a beautiful input from all who are present who wish to
Yeah.
share their experience, strength, and hope that have helped people, connect into their own gifts, skills, and abilities, and to really just kind of open them in new ways to their own experience of spiritual growth and expansion. It's just fantastic. It really is. I'm so
What
grateful for
what day?
everyone.
What day
That's
is
on
that on?
Wednesday.
Wednesdays
Wednesday.
at what time?
It's Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, except for on hurricanes, except during hurricanes or holidays. That's my new motto because I used to do it regardless. I'm like, oh, we're not doing that. So, except for holidays or hurricanes, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, we're there for about an hour. It's just a love offering,
Okay.
if you so wish. We also do meditation on Monday evenings at 6
There you go.
p.m., which
Yeah.
is, it's a beautiful little group that we do. I do a guided meditation, and then we
Ah,
have some gentle conversation after that. And it's always so interesting the experiences that happen. So yeah, love,
it's
love,
a
love.
it's a beautiful store. I've been a guest at the store for it's about 3 years now. And it's wonderful. If you get a chance to go down to beautiful Inglewood, Florida, it's Spirit Speaks. You have to come in and say hi to Miss Kitty at 411 West Dearborn Street. Make sure to go in. I mean, I love everything she has in her store. She's so creative and she's got so much color. And I love that about her. You can feel the love when you walk into that store. And her husband is there a lot, and David, and they all have a heart for when you walk in the store, you feel that love. It's a very high vibrational store and very open. And they have a lot of products there. I know they have readers there. I know Kitty does readings too. And they're just expanding, and their classes are great. If you want to connect, you don't want to miss this. So, but by the way, when you're out that way or you haven't heard about the store, go in and say hi to Miss Kitty. She would love to have a conversation with you. And we just love her. And again, Kitty, how can people get a hold of you? How can people get a hold
Um,
of Kitty?
well, besides coming to the store, which we like to call the shop for whatever reason,
Yeah.
Um, I have just had the website revamped. So the new
Awesome.
website is IamMissKitty.com. Um, yeah, and so we're excited about that. It's a beautiful site and always evolving. I can't wait to get all the new things coming in on it. So the website is IamMissKitty.com.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it's wonderful. I've been on their website. It's really nice. You definitely want to also go in person. If you guys get a chance, no
Mhm.
matter where you are, make sure to make it down to Spirit Speaks at 411 West Dearborn Street in beautiful Inglewood, Florida. Thank you, Kitty. We love having you on our show.
Mm.
We'll have you back on our show. And blessings to all who are watching us. If you get a chance, please share this video. We really want to get it out there and let people know that we're here for our podcast, but we're here for our guests, and they have a wealth of information to share with you and connect with you. Make sure you connect with Miss Kitty. Blessing you all with prosperity, abundance, and blessings in your journey. Thank you again, Kitty. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. My pleasure. Bye bye.